Hey, February 4th. Happy February the 4th. Now, this is the 5 day, and we're back up to 70 cents, just under 70 cents, 69.77, just under 70 cents. And this will probably continue for the foreseeable future until the next crisis comes in 30 days. Now, yes, this was previously announced. Yes, they're doing this, whatever that looks like. Yes, this is a positive right there. But now we have to see action. Now we have to see action. But Parliament is prorogued. And this was out February 2024. BC health officer advises to offer smokable fentanyl in report backing safer supply. But we don't have a problem. No problem. Don't look here. No problem. It's crazy. This is crazy. This whole, to me, in my mind, it's crazy. Crazy. The trade war with China never got resolved. Mexico's pushed down the road for 30 days. Canada's pushed down the road for 30 days. China and the U.S. So the U.S. had 10% before. Trump put another 10% on, and China is imposing 15% on the United States. And I stand by, there's some un-Canadian things that I saw during this whole fiasco. A lot of it on X. Some were calling Danielle Smith a traitor. Uncalled for, in my opinion. Totally uncalled for. She was the one who had a clear head and went to talk to the American representatives and eventually got a carve out on Alberta or Canadian and like obviously Alberta oil and natural gas. And for that, she was called that. My opinion, entirely unjustifiable. She was one of the few diplomats in this thing. Like I said last night, Doug Ford has put the American alcohol back on LCBO shelves, and the Starlink agreement that he ripped up yesterday, he taped it back together. So that's still on as well. Which brings me to my point last night about dealing with these things with too much emotion. How these guys just... too much emotion. Also, I posted earlier today a Liberal ad featuring Doug Ford. Now, that clip that they're using is cut short. The part that was cut off was him saying, "But then he stabbed me in the back," or us in the back. So now Parliament is prorogued. They're going to have to bring Parliament... They should be bringing Parliament back. 100%. They won't, probably. Carney, evidently, is acting like he's already Prime Minister and talking to government officials and insiders and things like that as if he has necessary clearances. He's not a part of the government, and he's just a candidate. He's never been elected, and he's going around town doing whatever. Now, we have 30 days to crack down. Will we see a spike in arrests? Will we see things in the media about this becoming a reality? We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. The GST HST rebate is over on the 15th, which is 11 days away. Today is the 4th. So it's a week Saturday that comes off. Then the Doug Ford election. I have to see what that happens. I am not voting for Doug Ford. He's wasted too much of our provincial money. He writes bad contracts, and I don't trust him. Who would I vote for? I'm not decided. I think the best outcome possibly for Ontario would be to hold him to a minority government and see what kind of ministers the other two parties or people the other two parties actually elect, because the Liberals have very few people in there right now. So holding him to a minority would be the spank in the pants that I think the guy needs. And going back to the un-Canadian things, 50th state rhetoric. I'm Canadian. Proud to be Canadian. Want to be Canadian. I want Canada to prosper. Canada's productivity is garbage. That needs to improve. That would improve all of our livelihoods. That would improve all of our situations. That would improve a whole bunch. Booing at hockey games and basketball games the American anthem, I thought was very un-Canadian and very disrespectful, right? Try not to get into these sides with this thing. The Americans elected him. You have to respect that, right? He's there for 4 years. Regardless about your feelings for him, regardless about this, regardless about that, you have to accept the fact that the Americans gave him an agenda to implement, and he's going to do it. However he does it is up to debate or whatever, but you don't have to like it. You don't have to jump on the Maple MAGA stuff. You don't have to, but you do have to respect that he is there. He was elected to be there, and he's going to do what he's going to do. We can control what we're going to do, right? And yesterday on had like, Team Canada this and Team Canada that, and today Quebec comes out and says, no, we're not putting pipelines through Quebec, right? So this is a major sore spot of diversifying our customer base for natural resources in Canada, right? I wouldn't be surprised if still businesses went down to the States from Canada, especially small manufacturers, for more certainty if their customer base is down there anyway. And we're going to have this spats over the next 4 years. It's not good for business. It's not good for business. I was actually having arguments with people on X who were like, oh, we should be the EU. We should join the EU. That's another thing. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. Putting another level of bureaucracy on top of our government. And no. Things like this, like a lot of people got into like wild ideas. No, we need to make Canada strong. We need to make Canada productive. We need to make Canadian citizens more productive. And, UBI and all these things, like socialism, never fix socialism. So, yeah, we need a federal election. We can't keep on going on like this indefinitely. And Trudeau was elected with like 34% of the vote. Carney will be elected with whatever percentage of Liberal Party members. And his agenda is much the same as Trudeau's. They're the same. It's just the voice, the front man of the agenda. And that's not what Canada needs in order for Canada to be strong, prosperous, and free. Take care.